And dude, I sprained this one like a month ago.
The world was not ready for Billie Eilish's sudden fame, and really neither was she. Her life in the spotlight is not something this artist wants, but no matter, she's famous and now she has to live with it. But being so unapologetically herself can get herself in some hot water. In today's video, we'll be talking about the crazy strict rules Billie Eilish must follow in Hollywood. But before that, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We're giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice, but be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Let's begin with how Billie Eilish is not really allowed to come into contact with her fans. Like all artists, there's a limit to how much physical contact they are allowed to reach with other people, strangers, or fans. I mean, there's the issue of other people hurting her with their excitement or possibly anger. Not everyone agrees with how she's living her life. We won't really know what kind of people she ticks off just by simply being herself. The problem is, Billie Eilish isn't the one to hold back on her fans. She makes big gestures every single time she's on tour. Plus, she's also known as a lover of diving into the crowds during her concerts. That's not probably the best idea, especially since she isn't the healthiest of teens. That's why another rule Billie has to absolutely follow is the fact that she needs to watch out for her health. Seriously. For some reason, regardless of her youth, Billie is a sickly child. First of all, Billie Eilish has tendinitis. It's a kind of sickness that you get for overusing a part of your body. Overworking a limb causes strain to the tendons that lead to unbelievable pain. It can happen to anyone at any age, but usually athletes are the ones who get this disease due to the nature of their work. However, despite this health issue, Billie is known for being a reckless kid. She'd dance and stay hyperactive every single time during her concerts and many performances. The reason behind this is that she simply wants to give the best of the best performance to her audience every single time. And of course, she's simply enjoying the moment. But no matter how young she is, there's bound to be some pain, especially considering that she's not the fittest of teens. One time when she was on the Italy leg of her tour last year, Billie ended up spraining her ankle as she jumped around to sing her hit single, Bad Guy. Now, despite the sprained ankle, Billie wanted to push through her concert at the Milano Rocks Festival. She did so sitting down, and everyone loved her for it. But of course, that bad incident will get to you and eat you up inside no matter how receptive the people are. So it's pretty clear that Billie wasn't too stoked about it. That's why during the event, she admitted, "Dude, I sprained my ankle immediately. That's so embarrassing. Ugh, and dude, I sprained this one like a month ago. This hurts." The teenage sensation further explained why she was upset. "It's so stupid because I'm like choked up right now, because I'd rather not do a show than do a crappy version for you. Like I just want to give you a good show, like I can't." After confronting her feelings, the whole fiasco was too much for the popular singer that she ended up running off the stage, sprained ankle and all, with tears gushing out her eyes. She managed to apologize to her brother, who was of course with her during the time, and said it was trash and a complete nightmare for real. But that's not the end of it. A few weeks prior to this incident, the 17-year-old singer fell down the stairs right before her show in Los Angeles, proving that she isn't a very agile girl at all. She's a major klutz. Billie has opened up about this at one other point during the concert. She said that this was just part of who she was and that she's been like this since she was a kid. Dancing was actually the culprit behind her pains, and she said that she gave up a lot of working limbs and that her whole life she had been already prone to injuries. And even now, Billie says she hasn't changed much over the years. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? In fact, she even admitted to Howard Stern how much of a reckless person she'd be if she wasn't a singer today. One more thing that most likely concerns Billie's team is that she is known to have Tourette's syndrome. Tourette's, or TS, is a neurological disorder that either affects speech or movement. Someone with TS may experience involuntary movement while others suddenly speak. For Billie, her TS manifests through physical tics. Although she can usually control them, there are times that she has to deal with the disease and just let her body move. However, one effect of having Tourette's syndrome is a possible emotional consequence. For Billie, it has something to do with her battle with depression, anxiety, and having panic attacks. But her depression actually started when she was just 13 and had a bad hip injury which left her unable to dance. That was the first time she tried to deal damage to her own body. She admitted that even while she was starting to become famous, she wasn't really happy about it as one would think. "All I can think of is how miserable I was, how completely distraught and confused. 13 to 16 was pretty rough." This is the reason Billie has to strictly control her emotions. Billie said that she's doing pretty well now. However, what she's been experiencing since her rise to the top are regular bouts of panic attacks, which are pretty common for performers. Her panic attacks happen whenever she realizes and feels how far away she is from home. But that's just one of the effects of fame, and she's learning to cope with it bit by bit. To help her overcome depression and keep her mental state healthy, Billie follows this rule all the time: filtering good and bad opinions. As a celebrity who is almost always under the public eye, Billie Eilish needs to know when to not let bad comments bother her. Let's face it, a lot of people's opinions are hurtful and not constructive in any way, so instead of focusing her efforts on trying to please everyone, she simply shuts them out. Anyway, regardless of the numerous bad opinions, there are still those who simply adore Billie for being a genuine person. She said that part of this is also accepting the good out of it. This means she had to learn when to accept a sincere compliment. A lot of people take criticism too hard while completely ignoring real praises. So Billie made it a point to be someone who can take criticism, tune out unnecessary comments, and wholeheartedly take actual compliments. But there's one more rule she follows just to keep things casual and help people warm up to her. We know she's a teen who has her good and bad days, so she won't always be charming or hospitable or nice. So to help with that, she needs to have a friendly face whenever she's on tour. This means that her manager adds someone to the roster that is friendlier, more sociable, and more enjoyable for her fans and for the rest of the people who will be talking to her. Now, if we're going to talk about public opinion, there are two major parts of Billie's life that get subjected to public scrutiny. The first one is her music. A rule she follows to keep herself creative and inspired is to basically dig deep within herself to be able to figure out the message she wants to convey to her audience. She doesn't have anyone else to tell her what to sing, unlike so many other performers out there. Making music is obviously her passion, so it's a pretty intimate experience. That's why the 17-year-old entertainer has admitted that she never thought her songs would be so popular and that a lot of people would be able to relate to her. Now, this next rule is also about her music, and I'm pretty certain she follows this one too. Billie Eilish needs to keep everything she's been producing a secret. She, along with her label, would definitely lose tons of money if an unreleased album or single for that matter would leak out to the public. Not to mention other performers might plagiarize her song before it comes out. Here's another rule Billie Eilish is forced to follow. She can't really use traditional forms of media. Yes, she can visit whatever talk show or late-night show she wants, for as long as she gets invited, of course, but her songs aren't really clean in that sense. Most of her songs are also produced and sung differently. She made her own genre and revolutionized the industry, but she won't be able to do such a thing without the internet and its millions of online users. If everything was just all airwaves and traditional media, we may never have experienced, watched, and heard the kind of music Billie makes. Another one of Billie Eilish's characteristics that always gets criticized and/or praised is the way she dresses. For female performers, there's this unwritten but strict rule of wearing questionable outfits and revealing clothes. This is the norm in the entertainment industry. Naturally, if you want to make it big as a performer, you need to conform to such standards. However, Billie Eilish obviously does not want to do this at all. We have never ever seen her wearing anything body-hugging or a short skirt, a tank top, or even a sleeveless shirt. Billie isn't even wearing heeled shoes around so much. Her ensemble is mainly composed of anything she feels comfortable with. She completely ignores fashion rules too. This means she mixes and matches up her pieces to reflect who she is and what she feels on a certain day. This doesn't just apply to her clothes and shoes, but obviously her hair too. Plus, the newest teen superstar is also not one to dress for a special occasion. This means that her clothes for a regular day, for a television guesting, and for when she's on tour are all basically the same. She doesn't have any special clothes to wear or designated apparel for specific occasions. Probably except for her swimming outfit, Billie can probably come up with a combination from her closet that will loudly tell the world that she is Billie Eilish and she's not afraid to be herself. But Billie has also said before that she's not dressing up for anyone's convenience. She's just trying to live her life, and she does not want to be a poster child for comfy clothing and for subverting traditional fashion industry standards. As Billie puts it, just wear whatever you want.
I think anyone is allowed to wear whatever they want and do whatever they want, and if I wanted to take all my clothes off and make a video, then I'm going to.
So those are just some of the craziest rules Billie Eilish has to follow. Not everything on this list is something the young singer follows. If it's not really a matter of life and death, Billie makes sure to take the reins of her life and be the one to steer herself in the right direction. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We're giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice, but be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple.